Oh my God! I was the only one on screen for a split second.
Heaven help us! What is up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Command. And we almost didn't have Deb tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I fell asleep. I woke up.
Didn't have him.
It's 7:37. I was like, "Whoa!" I said, "What time is that?" Oh shit! What goes? I was going to come back and check on you. You weren't making any noise, and then you was playing football, and then you just fell asleep. I was like, "Yeah, I fell asleep."
Did you see all the topics we're talking about, Dev? All the homework you had to do tonight.
I've been sleeping since like 3 o'clock, man.
Well, do your best, man. We got a lot of homework to do.
Deb said, "Fuck it, we'll do it live."
Yes, we will do it on the spot.
Hold on. Somebody knocking on the door. Hold on.
Who's that peeping in my window? How? Nobody now. What is going on, everybody? It is Monday, August 5th. And it is game week for your Washington Commanders. The team, their preseason debut for 2024 this Saturday versus the Jets, I believe, at 12 o'clock. If I'm not mistaken. I'd have to double check that real quick, but I believe it's 12 o'clock on the dot. So, we thank everyone who's tuning in so far with us. Tonight, we're going to talk a little bit about some minor roster moves. We're going to talk about the conclusion of camp. What do you and what do we think we have learned from camp? You know, a lot of things have been said, a lot of articles, a lot of interviews. Kay Adams, my girl, was at Commanders camp on Friday, and a lot of things were said. We're getting some national media attention, but we just want to know, and we'll share our thoughts too, and we'd love to go with you guys. What did y'all learn?
I want to know what you mean by your girl.
Kay Adams.
Your girl.
That's my secret crush, man. I love Kay Adams.
Everybody's.
She's the queen of football, man. I still wish that she would have stayed with Good Morning Football. I just think she was so good on Good Morning Football. But she's out doing her own thing. I can't knock the hustle. She's
very personable person.
Oh, extremely. And I don't know. I think it's cool that we're getting some love. She came, if you remember, she came to our camp last year when we had Sam Howell, and Sam Howell was all the rage. But you can go back and look on her Twitter. There's a lot of.
Look like she was trying to hit on Hartman.
Y'all listen.
And that's
talk about Kay Adams, right?
Yeah.
Sipping ain't easy.
Oh yeah.
She's trying to get at Hartman.
Kay Adams. Hartman, I feel like Jahan Dotson too, man. I think last year was Sam Howell. This year it was Jahan Dotson.
Nah, she was trying to get with Hartman. She's like, "Where's Hartman at? Don't cut him."
That's John Wick, man.
Yeah.
John Wick.
John Wick, he's more like Sling Dick. That dude's got every housewife in the DMV wet.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of, just see the guy on the pole vault knock the pole off with his jump.
That's quite an accomplishment.
Memes about that all day.
I'm telling you, I would rather lose the gold medal and knock the thing off with my junk than win a gold. Like, just imagine if you say, "Hey man, I would have won a gold if my dick wasn't too big." And
I'm with you.
Yeah,
that's kind of a good accomplishment though. I would lose and know that.
Y'all, have you all ever? I'm sure y'all watch Always Sunny.
I know what it is. I don't watch it.
I know what it is. Yeah, I don't watch it either, but I know what it is.
Oh, I'm surprised. Anyway, so there's a clip. There was a bit in one episode where Danny DeVito's Frank Reynolds, he drops a condom on the ground and goes, "Oh look, I dropped my extra large condom for my Magnum dong." So they had this thing where the dude pole vaulted, but they put DeVito's face on him. And it's like, "Oh, I lost the gold medal because of my Magnum dong."
Man, it was hilarious, bro.
Nice.
It was hilarious.
Oh, it's a good problem.
It's not even 10 minutes into the podcast, and we're already talking about this.
Oh, what are we doing, man? Let's say hi to people in chat here. Tia, what's up, Tia? Thank you for joining us. As always.
I'm sure Tia was checking out that.
Says hopefully no Pookie Dookie this year. Yeah, bro. Hopefully not. Just be functional. Just be a normal franchise. Last year was like Pookie Dookie for real. Like that is yes. Stamp it. AG, what's up, my fellow Montgomery County, Maryland brother? Says, what's up, fellas? Deluxe, what's up? Good evening, gentlemen. Steve, I had that jersey, but Champ Bailey. Yeah, dude. So I just caught this on eBay the other day, man. It's probably might be my new favorite, man. It was like $30.
Yeah, I love it, man. I got Sean Taylor Reebok jersey.
Yeah, South has the champ jersey, man. These are so underrated. Phil was saying earlier we wore these in 2002.
2002.
2002.
Spurrier's
first goals, wasn't it?
What helmets did they wear with this jersey?
The spear helmets.
Spear helmets. Oh man, that would be so sick. Yeah. The spear. I like it. I like it a lot. Patrick West, what's up, Patrick's? Thank you for joining us. And what's good, people? HTTRC. That's right, man. Hail in your own way. That's good. Good to go. All right, let's jump right into the show for today, my fellow fans. So, topic number one, we talked about it earlier. Very quickly, the team made some moves this past week, very quietly under the table. Nothing too crazy to write home about, but they released cornerback Christian Holmes, who we kind of talked about before the other day, about him potentially making a run for a final DB spot. And then they signed a defensive tackle named Taylor Stallworth. I'm not sure if any of you guys have ever heard of a guy named Taylor Stallworth, but
I cannot say I had the file on the man.
He's moved around a couple places.
He has moved around everywhere. So let's talk about Taylor Stallworth first. He's been around the world, and he can't find us. He's battled some injuries. So that's the problem with Taylor Stallworth. So you can see from Mobile, Alabama, went to South Carolina. He was a Gamecock. And you can see the teams he's played for throughout the years. He keeps bounced around year here, year there, a little bit this, a little bit that.
Where did you say you went to school?
South Carolina, 2014 to 2017.
Gamecock?
South Carolina Gamecocks. Yeah, he was undrafted.
I'll bet that pole vaulter from France was a Gamecock too.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Hey, my first college game I went to in 2002 was a South Carolina Gamecock game. So one half of the Stadium yells game, the other half of the Stadium yells Cox. And so it goes game, Cox, game, Cox. Yeah. It was a nice little game. So he's played for
it's funny because I remember when they used to have the white hats. It would have the college logo and had like the name of the university, the name of the logo over top of it.
Yeah.
And for South Carolina, it just said Cox.
Nice.
And there's some college that was called the Woodpeckers, so it just said Peckers on it.
Cox.
Has anybody checked on the nigga dude from West Virginia on the college football game? Was he on there?
No.
I completely didn't think about doing that when I was. After this game, I'm gonna look see if the niggas on the game.
Oh no,
Noah nigga.
Noah. Yes.
Yeah. What was his last name? Steve?
It's a K in front of it, if I'm not mistaken.
Talk is cheap, motherfucker.
Yeah. So they signed this guy, probably a camp body. As you know, they're trying to get more depth behind the defensive line. So he's been around Saints, Colts, Chiefs, Texans, Panthers, Titans, 49ers, Commanders. 4 teams with just being in the offseason or practice squad. So don't think he's going to make much of an impact. But what I wanted to talk about is Christian Holmes. And if you guys aren't tracking, Christian Holmes already got picked up by the Giants off waivers.
Of course.
I mean, you watch him highlights, they in practice highlights, they need him.
And I'm saying they trying to get the low down skinny on what old Jaden's got working over there. So I think that's what's going on. Terrence Perry, what's up, Terrence? Our brother from another mother, Eagles fan. We appreciate you, bro. Mean Green, been on the show a couple times. We'll probably have to talk again once the season gets closer as we do a little Eagles preview. But thanks for joining, man, as always. Deluxe says Darryl Green's last year's 70th anniversary jersey. That's what it is. 70th anniversary.
And I remember everybody thinking it was weird that we had a 70th anniversary jersey instead of waiting until 75. Mm-hmm. That was a thing back then. People were like, why are we doing one now? And I know it was because Snyder wanted to, do something different, like drum up more interest in the team, get fans excited. And he just happened to luck into one of the most beloved jerseys we've had as a franchise. People loved that jersey. A lot of them wanted him to keep it, but didn't happen.
Yeah. Well, you never know. We're not gonna talk about this show, maybe at a later date, but there's a documentary coming out by Scott Abraham where they interviewed the Wenzel family and the history of the logo and stuff. We'll probably have to tee that one up for another date, but very well done. It's a 40-minute YouTube video, and there's like a 5-minute tweet out there that talks about it.
Man, that's
reading all that stuff.
But Abraham knows what he's doing. He knows he's
yeah, but the team already announced that they were going to honor what's the guy's name? Blackfeet. I think his name is Blackfeet. They're going to honor him this year in some.
Remember the Blackfeet tribe.
Okay, they're gonna honor him in some way, shape, or form.
They're gonna bring the Redskins jerseys out.
We don't know. We really have no idea.
Man, you do realize that if they were to break those out,
yeah,
the insanity that would cause. Now, here's the thing: it would cause controversy in many different ways. But if they were to bring it back, like as an honorary thing, I welcome that controversy.
Yeah,
I'm one of those people. I say you can't
like the throwback. What if you bring it back for like instead of the color rush?
You do know. Jason Wright said that they were trying to get the old jersey back as a throwback.
Yeah,
I heard this from his mouth to mine and a certain British fan's ears.
From his mouth to yours. Let's go.
No, he did not put his mouth to my mouth. No.
What's up, Marcus Edlin? Sports V2 on Facebook. Go check Marcus out, sharing all the good
content. There's anything wrong with that.
AG says can't body. How? Use a hoe.
Body hoe. Collecting.
But yeah, those are the only 2 transactions the team has made over the last since we talked about on Thursday, because remember previously on Thursday night live stream, we talked about them signing Byron Pringle, kicker Riley Patterson, and releasing Dax Milne and Demir Bird. So 2 more transactions. And as we get closer at the end of the preseason, we'll do our before the end of the preseason, right before they got to get the roster down to 53. We'll do our own 53 roster prediction and see where we stand, how good we are. We'll also do at the same time. We'll also probably do record predictions again. So make sure you got those handy dandy as we bring those forward. Next topic we want to talk about, this is where we want to engage you guys in the chat. So the Commanders camp is over in 2 days. You got joint practices coming up, which we'll talk about in a second. But this was the homework we were going to talk about, Dev, is we've seen a lot of coverage. We've seen a lot of social media. We've seen a lot of fans complaining, celebrating, bitching, moaning online, pick your poison. But just want to have a professional discussion about what do we think we've learned out of all of this offseason camp so far? What are some of the things that, we might not have known, but we think we know? And this is a personal opinion. Your answers are very own. But, let's just go down the line and think about what have we learned? It could be anything from the fans to the team, to the coaches, to the league, to the players, to the other teams. Like, Phil, let's start with you, man. Give us a point to lead us off with. What have you learned?
Okay, so I got a point that is going to be in reference to our franchise. This has been an exceptionally quiet camp. It's just been guys going out, guys running drills, guys scrimmaging, guys are done. We hear about different players, different positions, some position battles at corner, safety, or players who are going to be trying out some new wrinkles in their position. We'll get into all that later.
Yeah,
but it's a very workmanlike camp. It's just we're going to work, and I think because of the lack of controversy or the lack of overwrought excitement.
Right.
We're not used to that as a fan base. It's either, oh God, it's going to be terrible, or, oh my God, this is going to be the year. And we're not getting either one of those. We're going to work, and that's it, right? And the fan base seems to be in a bit of a flux because of that. They don't know how to react to guys just that can't be doing camp stuff.
It's like Stockholm syndrome, man. We don't know how to react. We're not used to it.
And I get it, and I've enjoyed it because it's like as someone who's a content creator in this space as we are, it's odd to not have a ton of drama or a ton of, oh my God, get hype. It's just there.
Yeah.
And some people may say that's a bad thing. I say, well, we've had everything else for the past 25 years. Let's try just being professional.
Yeah, it's always something.
I mean, yeah. You don't see too many great teams that have these camps that have all the weird stories that ours do.
That doesn't drive content. It doesn't drive clicks. It doesn't drive discussion. Being normal is not fun. But I'll take it.
Y'all see St. Rod get jumped today? That drives clicks.
Yeah, joint practice. I have that saved up for later too. But yeah, I feel you, Phil. It's. We thought we were getting a taste of that under Ron, but it's like you don't know what true love is till you really find true love.
Under Ron, though, you were still under Dan Snyder.
Yeah, it's different.
So the professionalism was not aligned from top to bottom.
Yeah. Marcus says the Commanders are handling the offseason like businessmen, unlike the Dallas Cowboys with the offseason headlines. AG's got us 25 years of torture. Go ahead, Phil.
It really is a bunch of guys walking in with with suits on and briefcases and just going to work.
Yeah.
And for me, that's what I like.
That's right. That's right. It's
and knowing is half the battle.
That's right. They've got the Cobra tattoo. Tell them where to go. Hey, Deluxe says there's only so much we have access to. No leagues, but be careful. Believing too strongly in speculation. Yeah, it's just been a normal offseason. This is a change for us. So, you know what I'm saying? Like Phil said, this is great. I like it. What about you, Dev? What is something you've learned this offseason? Anything. Player, coach.
Other than just, obvious Daniels is looking nice. I don't think that's something that's shocking, though, that we've learned. It seems like he's always been on his P's and Q's since he got there, since before he's gotten there.
Yeah.
Man, I guess what I've learned is that, a lot of guys are going to be playing multiple positions. It looks like Jamin's going to be standing up and pass rushing from the stance position.
On third downs, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like our rookie defensive tackle drafted could be playing alongside Payne and Allen. When Payne playing a little defensive end, it looked like. That was pretty cool out here.
Yeah.
It looks like Ertz is going to be a big part of what the offense does. So I'm pretty excited to see what everything really is.
That's what's
like I don't remember who made the comment. is that we don't know shit. It's a speculation. We have no idea what offense is gonna look like.
But that's good. That's
pretty
good.
cool. It's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
They call me he ain't shit because every time in the club he'd be like, he ain't shit.
He ain't shit.
Oh,
you got
red man action for you. I was waiting for someone to pick it up.
I didn't even know that.
Phil does not disappoint.
By the way, speaking of
that's
Kanye
one of
West
my favorite songs. What are you talking about?
Kanye West came out with Vultures 2 today. Garbage.
Album or a single?
Album.
Him,
Ty Dolla $ign, and some other nigga. Garbage. I didn't like it. And I like Kanye. That's not this to him. I just didn't care for it.
Yeah.
But Killer Mike's album's dope though.
Yeah. No disrespect, Kanye, but it sucks ass. Just kidding. Haven't heard it yet. For me, we'll go around the horn again as many times as we need to. But for me, a point that I want to make is I think we've learned that so far, Dan Quinn is the right coach for this team. As much as we were hung up on Ben Johnson and Mike McDonald and, the other guy from the Ravens and all the other coach speculation, when we got Dan, I'll be the first one to say, I was a little bit underwhelmed. I was like, who is this guy? Okay, Dallas had a great defensive coordinator. Okay, he's bringing on Joe Witt Jr., DB's coach from Dallas. Okay, he's assembling, all these people want to come here to play for Dan Quinn, coaches and players alike. And you hear other people not even connected to this team still talking about Dan Quinn. And so just his energy, the way he interacts with the media, what he says, I just feel like he's the right dude. Not that I'm being a homer because, if you watch a show more than enough, we call out the bullshit. We call it shit how we see it. This is not there ain't no rah-rah show where everything's crimson and closer and no matter what, we're the best. No, like if something sucks, we call it out. And I just feel like Dan Quinn is that guy so far. And not trying to be a token homer, but the energy and the feeling I just get with Dan is totally different. And maybe it's because we don't have, and this is from top to bottom, the entire structure is in line, like Phil said. GM, coach, position coaches, everybody's singular line in a single vision, man. I can't say have seen that since Joe Gibbs 1.0. I can't even say with 2.0.
In high school called One Heartbeat. We break down on that because everybody's on the same accord. Everybody's got the same one heartbeat.
That's right.
It's kind of what we call
everyone marching to the sound of the guns, man, in the same direction. Yep, that's right. Deluxe says, without leaks, the drama and arguments outside the building instead of in it. Love it. AG says, the team looks like it has direction and purpose that will officially count for something. And that kind of goes what Phil says. It kind of mixes what I said. We're not just out there. We don't have a coach who's all he cares about is just being a leader of men. Like he's in a prep school and trying to teach these boys how to be men. You're there to win games. And of course you want people to be disciplined, but like with Ron, it was just about, he was a leader of men. Like that's what he hung his hat on. That's fine. But there's football to be played as well. And I think we got all the coaches in line to do it. So Phil, back around to you. What else you got? What else what do we think we know?
We think that this is the year that a lot of guys take the step forward that we've been hoping they would. Jahan Dotson's name is probably been thrown around more than anyone's.
Oh yes.
Jamin Davis getting put in a position where he's going to be off ball first and second down, and then down as an edge rusher on third, utilizing his athletic talents, making him the Micah Parsons of this defense.
So does that mean
diversifying his skill set?
Does that mean he's going to be the starting linebacker in base?
No.
We're going with 3 linebackers. So
but one of them. That's him? You think that's him? Or you think that's
McGee and Bobby Wagner?
I think McGee might have him. I'm thinking he might have him. Or Pittman.
They said Davis was going to be off the ball first and second down. So, I mean, they're talking like he's going to be an every down guy.
I mean,
I don't know.
He might be starting there.
He might be a third down pass rush blitz sort of guy. But either way, we've learned
that those are 2 names we've heard a lot about.
Yeah. And we know that he doesn't have to wear a green dot on his helmet anymore, which is a good thing.
But
for him.
I think that this is the year that guys who we've been hoping would step up, and we've always been feeling like they're on the cusp, that this is their make or break. And I think that, especially in Jahan's case, Jahan Dotson's name gets thrown out a lot. Like it's in a way where it's like the rest of the league should put some respect on his name.
I like that on his name.
Anybody got seen McCaffrey? My bad. Anybody hear anything from him?
Luke McCaffrey.
He's been doing little weird things, taking handoffs, things like that.
Some kick returns. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Luke McCaffrey's going to be that all-purpose guy for us. He's going to do a little bit of everything.
Looks like they're doing their best to get him the ball, and that means they like him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you just want to get playmakers the ball any way, shape, or form. If you remember Lamar's rookie year, they put him in just to run the wildcat, or put him in just to run a screen to him, just so he can get his hands on the ball, get in the game. Like, that's what you do with your playmaker. So I don't know. We'll see. AG says Jamin Davis at the wheel is deadly. Okay. Marcus says I've been reading Amari Rodgers having a good camp, and I'm intrigued with Braden Daniels' development at tackle. I don't know. The tight end position will be interesting. Ertz, Sennett, Turner, Armani Rodgers, and Bates. That's 5. I don't know if they'll keep 5. Someone's going to the practice squad, I think. And I don't know who that's going to be. They'll probably keep 4. But we'll see. Deluxe says what he thinks has learned is that B-Rob's going to get league-wide recognition. I certainly hope so, man. I think he's right on the cusp, but he was held back by Eric Bieniemy last year.
I want to see what he does, man. Like, I want to see if he can attack the line, because a lot of times I feel like he's a bigger back, but he runs like a smaller back sometimes behind the line. Once he gets past the line, though, in the next level, he's good.
Yeah,
and he runs out of bounds a lot. Like, I don't blame that. I guess you want to preserve.
But
yourself.
he also
there were times we seen him. He could have got 5 or 6 more yards turning up. Like one day we watched him miss a touchdown, just went out of bounds. He could have had a touchdown.
He seeks contact plenty as well, though. So I don't mind saving a little tread on the tires. What I've learned, I got a twofer. So 2 things. One, that I think I know that Cosme is going to be really, really good. There's nothing but positive reports that Sam Cosme is by far the best offensive lineman on this team right now. And 2, the veteran presence on this team is different. We've had vets in the past. Hey, I'm here. I'm a veteran. We haven't had anyone really be a leader on this team. Right? Not since London Fletcher left. You've had captains. John Allen's not. I'm not going to see these captains aren't real leaders, but come on, you know a real leader when you see one. We haven't had one since London Fletcher left. And the veterans on this team, I'm talking Bobby Wagner, Zach Ertz,
the new veterans.
The new veterans. Austin Eckler. It's not just about, we're not just showcasing John Allen, Deron Payne anymore. It's not just we're trotting 3 guys out, Perry, McLaurin, Eckler. Like, we have other veterans that can be a calming presence, and they can teach these kids, how to be winners, because they've all won in some way, shape, or form. Ertz did it on the Eagles. Eckler's done it in LA. And Bobby Wagner, won a chip in Seattle. So how many times can we say we have veterans who've actually won something on this team? So I think the veteran presence, those are 2 things. Cosme's going to be great, and the veteran presence on this team is much different than years past. And just a friendly reminder, if you guys are watching this on any of your platforms, hit that like for us button on YouTube. We would greatly appreciate it. If you're watching this on Twitter or Facebook, flip on over, man. Hit that like button, and we would be much obliged if you would do so for us. Oh, snap. Ryan Elias says, I think he was ranked 3rd in the league at guard. What's up, Ryan? Thank you for joining us. I hope you had a good vacation there. I hope you are well rested. And, Cosme ranked 3rd in the league at guard at PFF. Let's just see. The sky's the limit, man. Let's just hope it doesn't turn out to be another Brandon Scherf situation. We'll see. Okay. Anyone else have any closing thoughts on what have we learned before we move on to the next topic?
We have learned that competency is very quiet. I think competent coaching, competent players. They don't have to tell you they're competent.
Quiet professionals, man. No, there's very few things that excite me than quiet professionals. Because you know what, you're right, Phil. In the league, you don't see that a lot. It's bragging, it's arrogance, it's when you just go out there
and it's always some guys who don't quite get there.
Yeah, but Terry's always been that way. Jahan's always been that way. Jaden Daniels has been that way since we've had any interaction with him as fans and in the media. So. I don't know, man. You're right. That's a good thing to point out. Quiet professionalism. Very good. So as training camp comes to a close, if you guys don't already know, the team is getting ready for joint practices with the Jets. And as you know, we play the Jets on Saturday. And so what they're going to do is have joint practices. Two joint practices this month. A single practice with the Jets. Today's Monday. On Thursday, so the 5th, 6th is Tuesday, 7th is Wednesday. The 8th is Thursday. So on Thursday, they're going to have a joint practice with the Jets before the game on Saturday. And that's an away game in New York. We'll do a little preview on Thursday to talk about the Jets and what we can expect for that game. But for the joint practices, now we're going to get coverage of this practice, fellas. It's going to happen. What are some things that you want to see out of this joint practice, and what do we not want to see out of this joint practice? Dev, let's start with you. You're muted. Yeah, Dev. Yeah. What do you want to see? What do you not want to see?
I want to see. Number one, I want to see nobody get hurt. Number one, I want to see Daniels play a quarter. Is that this is you mean not talking to preseason? I'm talking about just in a practice. Oh, practice. I'm tripping.
Yeah, just in a practice.
Okay.
Yeah,
practice. Yeah, I do want to see live bullets flying. At our quarterback to see if he can get the passes. Obviously, they still don't tackle the quarterback in joint practices, but they're at least going to try to put their hands on him, I think. So
yeah.
I want to see that. I want to see how Coleman holds up to a very good defensive line.
Someone that's not in the burgundy and gold uniform.
Right. Yeah. I want to see. Number one thing I'm interested in seeing is him call the O-line, stuff. Ooh. I want him to call out the blocking assignments out.
Deluxe got a hot take for you.
What's it?
O-line and the secondary aren't as bad as believed.
I'm with you because if you think hard about it, Deluxe, the year before last, Washington was 3rd in the NFL in defense, and our pass defense was number 1. And it's exactly the same folks. I mean, to an extent, obviously you don't have Fuller anymore, but is it basically the same type of guys there? I think Davis is good. That's one I'm interested in seeing. Another one of those two is Davis going to be the starting corner or Juiced?
Right.
That's my how they plan on platooning those guys. Is Quan going to be the nickelback or a Stan Russell?
Nickelback.
Yeah, or they're going to bring him down inside a little bit with Chin. If you have Chin and Stan Russell in there, where's Wagner going to be? Because Butler would be deep. Like, it's a lot of things I'm really anxious to see. I guess will be the combinations we use on defense,
right?
Or how we use our guys.
AG's comments kind of linked to Deluxe. There's no injuries and positive O-line surprises, so that's kind of linked with Deluxe's comment. O-line's not as bad. I'm all about O-line surprise because to me, I don't have the what's the word I'm looking for? The enthusiasm that you guys have about the offensive line outside of Cosme and Biotish. I'm hearing good things about, and I'm hearing
better things about Coleman than
I'm interested. I'm fascinated with Coleman.
What's our left guard situation looking like? I haven't heard.
I'm saying I want to see where Cornelius Lucas
Wiley, I heard sucks. He's
fleshes out and all this. So I'm not as up on the O-line as you guys. I'm skeptical, but you know what? This is what we find out.
How we
and we'll see.
How are we going to deploy the tight end we got in the draft too in practice?
Ben Sinnott. Yeah,
I want to see how that
he's very H-backish. People saying vibes of Cooley. I mean, hey, we'll see. Jimmy Lee, what's up, Jimmy Lee? Thanks for joining us, man. Representing the NYC. Thank you for checking in. So Deb was talking about Amon-Ra St. Brown earlier.
Don't make him go get his daddy.
Let's just real quick. This is what happened at Lions versus Giants joint practice. And so there's something to point out there, fellas, is that Amon-Ra St. Brown just got a big contract in the offseason, and there's rumors that his contract had sparked a lot of discontent with the teammates. I don't know if I buy that, but if you notice, they said no one came to his rescue. There ain't a soul.
Man, they way back though. He threw it deep. They're coming. See, there's one. There's two. They coming.
I'm just saying. I know.
You threw it all the way down the field. There's no one back there.
It's just how it was perceived, man. Yeah. I'm just putting it out there for good.
Make him go call his daddy, Mr. Universe Field.
I don't know.
Something like that. He won something. I can't remember
Mr.
what
Olympia or something.
Phil, what do you want to see and don't want to see out of these joint practices here?
No injuries. No injuries, please. No injuries.
Injuries.
No fights too. No fights.
Yes,
we have way too many rookies. We have way too many rookies and players that are getting their first real opportunity to waste reps by taking 20 minutes to calm a fight down, man. Now, like no fighting, no missing reps. Go in there and be like you've been doing all season long, or off season long, and make it business-like and do your job. Get the fuck out of there, bro. Without getting injuries, take care of your bodies. Learn some stuff from these guys like Aaron Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? Like learn some stuff from that guy while you're there. From a team that has a lot better personnel than we do. Learn some stuff from those guys, man. And come the fuck back home healthy.
Yep.
Both knees, both Achilles, man.
Yep. What else, Phil? You got anything else?
No, I mean, I really just want to see. The other thing I want to see is progress. No matter who it is that we got, that's going to be out there, first string, second string, whatever it is. I want to see progress. I want to see guys look like that they've picked up. I want to see rookies showing that they're learning something in camp, that they're being coached up. These are the things I want to see. I want to see that professionalism, that that hey, these coaches are doing their job, and that the players are responding to it. And I don't expect to see like, oh, we're gonna have some kind of fantastic game plan or anything like that. I don't want to see. I don't need to know what we're going to be running. I mean, like Joe Gibbs never showed a damn thing in the preseason. Our teams perpetually sucked in the preseason under Gibbs. So I always liked that approach. Keep it simple. Let's just focus on player development. You can install your game plans week by week.
That's right. That's right. One of the things I do want to see is Daniel Jones getting into a fight at joint practice. Let's take a look.
What is he doing? I'm not going to be a backup this year. Fuck you.
Oh, I hate him so much. I don't know why. But no, for real, what I don't want to see, me personally, I don't want to see reports about Emmanuel Forbes getting burnt like toast. I don't want to see it because there's been a lot of progress made with him so far, and I don't want it to all be ruined by, oh man, he looked like trash against the Giants in one-on-ones, because one-on-ones are really hard in a practice environment. Like, save it for the game. I know it's inevitable. You're gonna go against one-on-ones. I was at the Ravens joint practice with the Commander last year. People get burnt both sides, but I just fear that if that happens, it's going to get blown out of proportion, and then we're going to be back to all the positive steps you saw about Emmanuel Forbes is going to be all for nothing. And the same thing with you guys, like no fighting, no injuries. I want to hear that Jaden looks functional. That's all I'm looking for. He looks functional. He doesn't look lost in the sauce against people not wearing burgundy and gold. So that's what I want to look at. Jimmy says it looks like they were looking for a reason to swing. He must be talking about the thing on Amon-Ra St. Brown. Yeah, maybe, man, maybe. Deluxe says Jets have reported strengths against Washington's reported weaknesses. How does Washington fare at O-line and secondary? Hopefully hold their own. So Deluxe, save this thought for Thursday, bro, if you could. So we're going to do a full Jets preview, trying to get into the swing of the regular season, where Thursdays are the pregame, where we preview the other teams, have guest content creators from the other teams, and Mondays we post game wrap up. We talk about the game on Saturday. So I haven't really got a chance to dive into the Packers, but I plan on doing that probably Wednesday evening before the Thursday show. So save that thought, bro, and we'll talk about it Thursday. Okay, that's the joint practice. What do we have up next? So Hall of Fame inductees, very quickly. If you haven't seen or understood what happened on Thursday, we had the Hall of Fame game last Thursday evening as we were having our live stream. We were talking about the hybrid kickoff. We saw it. Bears, Texans, nobody played. It was canceled. The game ended up canceling in with a third quarter for weather, not mistaken. But later this weekend, Saturday, we had the Hall of Fame inductees. And it was a fairly decent class. I figured we can share and talk about it because it does have some Commanders relevance. You have Dwight Freeney, Randy Gradishier, Devin Hester, Andre Johnson, Steve Michael, Julius Peppers, and Patrick Willis. Now, fellas, those are all worthy individuals, right? These guys are pretty much monsters in there.
I got a hot take on one. It's really bad because I'm a wrestling fan.
Okay.
I don't see why Steve McMichael's in the Hall of Fame.
No, see, I don't know the background. Very quickly, break it down elementary style for us who aren't fully familiar with that linkage. What's the linkage to wrestling? Because I saw other people talking about it.
He was one of the Four Horsemen in 1990s WCW.
Yeah.
Wow, I feel like
you don't remember that?
No. This was like during Monday Night Wars. He was in WCW. He started as a commentator, and then because he was training to become a wrestler, and he was not great because it wasn't his first thing. But being that he wasn't a natural athlete, it's funny because of the fact that he was a professional athlete. He was able to kind of jump the curve relative to a lot of guys. But I mean, he was 6'6" and 310 pounds. You can't teach that.
Yeah.
And I mean, I never had a problem with old Mongo, out there. And so if you were watching WCW back in the NWO days, I mean, Mongo. There's a lot of guys who never saw Mongo play football, but they saw him as a professional wrestler.
Yeah. Okay. I get it.
But I never thought he was good enough to be a Hall of Famer. Like, I know, but I really think that there's just such a hard on for the 85 Bears that they were trying to put that entire defense in there.
The Super Bowl shuffle.
Probably the only exception is it's like they won't. The one guy they won't put in there is probably the guy who's most deserving. That's not in there. That's Wilbur Marshall.
Buddy, Ron.
I have a signed Ron Rivera Chicago Bears jersey that I bought after we signed him as our coach because I was a believer. I was like, this is going to triple in value after he takes us to the promised land. And still a cool thing to have. But yes. One of the things why I wanted to bring this up is for two reasons, or for one reason, is Andre Johnson is a great receiver. So is Gary Clark. Gary Clark's a great receiver, has the numbers to be in the Hall of Fame. Devin Hester is also a great kickoff returner, but so is Brian Mitchell. And to prove that, I want to show 30 seconds of Devin Hester during his own induction speech. Listen to what this man says.
I hope me being here today opens up the doors and brings some attention to other guys like Brian Mitchell and Josh Cribbs.
Did you hear that? I don't think I've ever heard anyone mention Brian's name at an induction before. I gotta hear that one more time.
And bring some attention to other guys like Brian Mitchell and Josh Cribbs, because I'm not the only returner who deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. I'm just the first.
Look at that, man. Look at that. And Brian Mitchell gets talked about all the time. Just doesn't. I don't know. I can't wait for the day Brian Mitchell gets voted to the Hall of Fame. Well, with Judge Jacoby too, but. Yeah. Any other thoughts on Hall of Fame class, guys?
I like it. I like to see Brian Mitchell get in. I thought Brian Mitchell was more deserving than Devin Hester, to be honest. I think both are worthy of being in, though. I just think that the guy who not only had all those kick return and punt return records before Hester, also leads the entire history of the NFL in yards, dog. I mean,
all-purpose yards.
All time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. No one has more yards than this nigga, dog, and he ain't in. It's always been a weird one for me because you can quantify his Hall of Fame claim with yards. You can put the stats on the board, and he's got 2 Super Bowls on top of it, so you can't even say that. Like that, it's crazy. How many Super Bowls does Devin Hester have?
Yeah, I don't know.
At none, I don't think. 0. I think
he's got 1.
0.
He's been to a Super Bowl.
No, they don't count. We're talking about one of them. And
wait, who'd you say has 2 Super Bowl wins?
Mitch.
No, he has 1.
No, he only has 1.
Okay, he has 1. Sorry, I thought he was
1991.
I thought he was on 1 before.
He was a rookie in 90. So no.
Yeah. Came out just in time.
Yeah, but he has a bowl. It's weird.
Yeah, and you got to remember
Fletcher has a bowl.
You know what it is? Okay, I'll tell you what it is. It's that Brian Mitchell got his yards the hard way. He got them by. He was a great kick returner, but he wasn't like flashy as a kick returner because he just ran straight ahead. Right? He didn't have 10,000 jukes in his moves, and he wasn't like super fast. That it's just like highlight reel of him pulling away from people, right? And at the same time, he got all these all-purpose yards, but he got it because he ran the ball some. He was a receiver out the backfield, and he was returning kicks. Devin Hester was a kick returner, period.
Yeah.
Mitchell was doing both. Hell, played quarterback. We all remember the body bag game.
Yeah, quarterback.
Look at these total return yards. Devin Hester.
Devin Hester's eating everybody though. Like
7,333.
I mean, if you look at it, look how many returns Mitchell has.
Yeah, I get it. But it wasn't.
Yeah, defense.
It's not double. Double would have been over, 312, but he doubled the yardage.
Yeah, I mean, it's still the averages are about the same. You know what I'm saying? They're all still
4 touchdowns. Punt returns, same. I think Devin Hester had his number on the punt returns, I believe.
Yeah.
But yeah, crazy, man. I mean, you can go through 1 Pro Bowl, 3 All Pros, 4 All Pros for Devin Hester. He's right. Maybe
that Brian Mitchell only got 1 Pro Bowl, but he has 3 All Pros.
Yes,
that makes no sense. What were they doing the other 2 years? What were they? Just certain stuff. By the way, Pro Bowls were really hard to make it in Brian Mitchell's time, man. Right around when Devin Hester was in there is when they started getting like, Oprah was giving them motherfuckers out. You get a Pro Bowl, you get a Pro Bowl.
Devin Hester also happened to be,
man, I tell you,
the best kick returner at a time where you had some great kick returners, your Dante Halls, your Allen Rossums, guys like that, and he stood out from that pack.
Mel Gray back in the day, man.
Brian Mitchell's only real competition would be like
Mel Gray.
Mel Gray is the only other one I can think of. Maybe Deion Sanders.
Deion was good. Yep.
True. Deion didn't do it as much. And here's the other thing: Desmond Howard only had 1 good year as a kick returner because people will bring him up too.
Packers.
He was not a great kick returner for us. He was not a great kick returner for the Jaguars. He was a great kick returner for 1 year with the Packers. That's it. Well, 1 year. He was good for that year, but because he was great in the Super Bowl, he gets remembered a lot more fondly.
There's been a lot of good ones though. Cordero Patterson, Eric Metcalf.
Eric Metcalf was one, for sure.
Sproles was good back in the day.
Man,
I will say this: you had Eric Metcalf and Dave Meggett.
Eric Metcalf was a better football player than those guys.
And maybe you could say Stanford Jennings is the only other one I can think of from the Bengals, who was up there, in Brian Mitchell's league. But by the time B. Mitch came in, Stanford Jennings was on the way down himself.
Man,
so
Tia says Dan Snyder is the reason why we have
he didn't put in.
We actually have a lot of Hall of Famers. They just most of them went in before
long time ago.
Most of them were pre-Dan Snyder. But we have had, if you look at the number of Hall of Famers, we've got like 20.
Man, Devin Hester, my earliest memory of him when I went to a game, Louisville versus Miami, when Miami was Miami, bro. And Louisville was coming up. I want to say it was Brom quarterbacking and not Teddy, but I think it was Brom. But we were up, get ready to upset of the year against Miami. 2 seconds left, man. Motherfucker punts to Devin Hester. No time left. He runs the punt back to win the game. No time left.
Damn.
Like, yeah. I was at that game, bro. That's when I used to go to Louisville games.
Ken Dorsey played quarterback for Miami too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, a lot of good players played for Miami.
Yeah. Deluxe said it was Voldemort. And then we know we were talking about the name whose name we saw not mention. How the players are presented by nomination and committee, relationships and resources matter. That's why a lot of the TV guys get into because they stay in the limelight. Agreed. Mitchell, Jacoby are above the standard for Hall of Fame placement.
Yeah, they are, man. They go 2027. 2027 is going to be the year he'll probably get in. And that's because they can, like, I guess a committee can put veterans that they think deserve to be in. They don't need like this vote thing or whatever they use this thing.
Yeah.
But
it's the Writers Association. That's who decides.
Right.
The Writers
That
Association.
seems wild. But Art Monk took 16 years or some shit. That's wild, man. When he retired, he was the best that ever had done it.
Poop face Eli Manning will make it in on his first damn ballot
bro.
just because he has 2 Super Bowls and 1 lucky helmet catch.
I mean, they put Willis in. He only played 7 years of football and has no
crazy,
ring.
Man.
And I love Patrick Willis, by the way. Talent on a talent for talent scale, he deserves.
He's great.
Talent, but as far as accomplishments and productivity have to matter in this thing.
It does.
It can't be a popularity vote.
And I really think like you should have had to fear that person.
Yeah,
the people we've been talking about, you had to plan for them. You feared them. Nobody feared Eli Manning. That dude's interception to touchdown ratio was almost even. He will go in the Hall of Fame with the worst touchdown interception ratio.
They'll always point to Terry Bradshaw.
Yeah, but the game was different back then.
Bradshaw played. Here's the thing. It's funny. Bradshaw, his best years came when they got stricter on defensive play because of the Steelers' defense. They specifically had the Mel Blount rule. Yeah. Mel Blount was a safety for the Steelers. They made a rule, made it harder for defensive backs to defend the pass because of him, and Bradshaw benefits. So they were trying to make the Steelers' defense a little less dominant, bring some parity, and it'll make the better.
The steel curtain.
Eric Metcalf, by the way, down there. Eric Metcalf also started running back for a couple of years.
Number 21 for the Cleveland Browns.
And then started receiver for a couple of years for the run and shoot Falcons.
Yep.
So like that dude was really
he was Cordarrelle before Cordarrelle.
Oh, there's a comment coming up.
If he hadn't got hurt,
give me an aneurysm.
Shit.
AG said there's no Hogs without Jacoby. He shut down left tackle in his prime. Marcus said, Dev, I was at Louisville versus Miami game he was talking about.
Yeah, I was
and Jim Deluxe says, Monk slowed Clark. So much focus on Monk hurt Clark and Jacoby for those 16 years.
What in the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, man. Monk took forever to get in there.
That makes no sense. If that's the case, then why are both John Stallworth and Lynn Swann in the Hall of Fame?
And but their numbers are pedestrian.
Lynn Swann's the worst Hall of Famer in there, bro.
Why are so many of the 85 Bears 100%. In the Hall of Fame?
Because they got that damn Super Bowl win, and they were iconic.
Super Bowl ring. We had iconic. 3 with these guys, 2 to 3, depending on who you're looking at.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like guys like Patrick Willis is getting in 7 years.
Yeah. I would say that part of the reason why Monk didn't get in the Hall of Fame sooner was because Gary Clark was so productive on the other side. Peter King said for years, I'll never put Monk in the Hall of Fame because the Giants really only game planned for Gary Clark. They didn't worry about Art Monk because Art Monk wasn't that good. That was his excuse for a decade for why he didn't put Art Monk in.
Man, look. Gary Clark should have got in when Mark
Monk slowed up Gary Clark. Gary Clark, technically, you could say slowed up Art Monk from getting into the Hall of Fame.
He should have got in with Mike Irvin in right around that time. When Mike Irvin got in with the same exact stat line and Super Bowl.
Monk got in before Michael Irvin.
No. I'm saying Gary Clark should have got in when Michael Irvin got in. If Michael Irvin got in the exact same stat line is Gary Clark. Like they got the exact same career numbers, man. Like that's if you can take him, you can take the other guy.
John Stallworth's in the Hall of Fame, and Gary Clark's got better numbers than him.
Yeah, there's a lot of London Fletcher should be in. He's got Ray Lewis numbers. He ain't got that MVP. That's what kills him.
Here's the thing. All right, Gary Clark has such an interesting career to look at because it's like he was dominant in ways. I mean, he would be so much more recognized now.
Yeah,
but Monk on the left, Clark on the right.
No, put up fucking Michael Irvin and Clark. Mark is in there. The same thing.
Yeah, I just wanted to show this for reference.
But I mean,
it's pretty close. 65, 68,
how many
12-7, 10-8 for a number 2. That's not bad.
How many players do you think right now playing active right now? Not guys that aren't active, but active right now. Do you think are in the Hall of Fame right now? If they just quit playing.
Oh,
would you put Mahomes in there right now? If we quit playing?
Fuck yeah.
What about Lamar? 2 MVPs. There's no player in the history of the NFL.
I guess you kind of have to for that. Hey, he was the number 2 ranked NFL player.
Let's also keep this in mind. In Gary Clark's first 7 seasons in the NFL, he had 5,000 1,000-yard seasons. Now, let's take it a step further. In his first, let's say 7-8 seasons, only once was he below 900 yards receiving, and it was he had 892.
Yeah.
So you can keep doing this with Gary Clark. The numbers are there. So this idea that he got passed by modern wide receivers with better numbers, true.
Oh, you can't say it because Michael Irvin got in with the same numbers.
But Michael Irvin got in.
Yeah, the same numbers.
He came around that era that gave us Rice and Chris Carter and Andre Reed and all those guys.
Well, two comments here that might. So first off, Toothpick, what's up? First String Podcast. My boy Toothpick down in the enemy laying down in Texas. What's up, Toothpick? How you guys doing, man? Always good to see you. Deluxe said the focus of the committee was Monk. We weren't going to nominate two receivers at the same time from the same team. I don't know if that's a thing or if that even happens.
Nominate Clark now.
Right. That was 20
years
ago.
You could. AG said Taylor was shut down by Jacoby in his prime. He was. But Deluxe said by the time Monk got in, Clark was passed by wide receivers with all the modern rules that help receivers. What?
Who was the left tackle when Charles Tasman broke his leg?
Was it Jacoby?
Right. So that's a false statement you just made. That was one time he didn't block that motherfucker.
Damn.
That's why it's not in the Hall of Fame right there. That's what did it, dog. That's what did it. We're looking for a reason. That's what did it, dog. Basically, he stopped Tasman from getting in the Hall of Fame. He killed two birds with one stone.
Oh, Dev went there.
No, all jokes aside, I don't know if he was the cause of it, but he was definitely in that team. So
it is kind of funny.
Fatality.
He agreed with you that Clark hurt Monk, but Monk on the committee for so long hurt Clark. Okay, well let's go ahead and move on. Let's talk about some Brandon Aiyuk here real quick. So there's a lot of more Brandon Aiyuk drama still going on.
Russell Wilson's Hall of Fame?
Oh yeah,
why?
Absolutely.
Why?
I think it's all very good.
I mean,
I don't think so.
When you're comparing,
I think if Phil Simms is not in.
Phil Simms shouldn't be in. Phil Simms.
Right, but what has Russ done that Phil Simms ain't done?
Won a Super Bowl.
Phil Simms won a Super Bowl. You tripping?
Be better.
I'm just saying.
Phil Simms was not a good quarterback.
Neither was fucking Russ. Russ is just good. He's just good.
Phil Simms had good moments. Phil
so
Simms
Russ,
good
Russ
for 20
good
interceptions every year.
He's got.
I'm just saying, man.
Percentage 44,000 yards, 334 touchdowns to 106.
Phil Simms and Russ.
Dude, it's not even gonna be close. I'll do it for you.
Phil Simms had 199 passing touchdowns.
Russell Wilson had that in his first 5 years.
38. Had 157 interceptions.
Here go. I got you.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying he's better than Russ. I'm just saying, man, they in the same ballpark.
I'm just saying Russell Wilson is way better than Phil Simms.
So I'll give you an example of how Phil Simms is trash.
Look, there is no category which Phil Simms is even.
That's because he played 20 more games.
He can still be a higher passing percentage.
I got one for you. The Giants went 14-2 in 1986. Their big Super Bowl year. Phil Simms had a 55% completion percentage. Listen to this. Had 21 touchdowns and 22 interceptions on a 14-2 team. Don't tell me the rest of the team didn't carry him. He was 21 interceptions and 21 touchdowns and 22 interceptions. If you want to compare, we had a Pro Bowl quarterback in 1986. Did you know that?
I'm just trying to. I think Russell getting it too, man. But it's gonna be hard, bro.
Our Pro Bowl quarterback was one Jay Schrader.
Number 10.
I think Russell Gideon,
who had 22 interceptions and 22 touchdowns. He threw for 700 more yards.
If Russ goes on a renaissance, I think he goes in first ballot. I think he gets in, but I don't know about first ballot, bro. He's also on a very memorable Super Bowl team, so it's possible, bro. Aikman got in. You know what I'm saying?
I still don't know if Aikman deserved to get in, but
he's on a popular team.
Hall of Good.
Dev, I got one for you that's
all good,
ruffle some feathers, but let's just check out Lamar and Russell head to head.
Man, two MVPs cancel out all this shit, man. 2 MVPs is gonna cancel all this shit, and he's only played 5 years.
Yeah, he's already got this almost the same amount of rushing yards.
Right,
But
he's only played 5 years.
yeah,
Got 2 MVPs.
Yep.
No, there's no player that's won 2 MVPs not in the Hall of Fame. That doesn't exist.
I'm with you. All right, let's talk some Brandon Aiyuk real quick. The drama that will never end. Multiple sources, including, if you know, Antonio Brown, CT ESPN, Andrew Filipponi. These people, random people on Twitter are talking. If you know Pretty Ricky, the guy we're talking about, the guy who's usually never wrong.
Grind with me, those guys.
So Antonio Brown saying the Steelers are working hard on a trade for Brandon Aiyuk. A deal could get done soon. 49ers seem motivated to get something done. Andrew Filipponi said the same thing. Steelers are working hard to trade for Brandon Aiyuk. A deal could get done soon. I don't know. Hey, Dev Deluxe said Jacoby was hurt when Taylor got hurt. Marcus said, according to the San Francisco 49er reporter, Greg Cohen, podcaster, also said he heard San Francisco and Pittsburgh Steelers trying to finalize a Brandon Aiyuk trade. So you know what? For all the stuff mess we talked about, we've talked about Brandon Aiyuk for probably 3 or 4 times on this podcast in the last, 45 days. It'd be great to have him, of course, but at what cost? What do you want to give up for him? You got to pay him $30 million. On top of that, you're probably going to have to give up first or a second and a player. There was talks about giving up Jahan Dotson and a second, and you still got to pay him $30 million. I think I just might be too rich for my blood, man. I don't know.
Are we in discussions with this?
We are not in the discussions. That's what I wanted to bring it up, is we were always in discussions, mostly because of the fans and the whole Jaden Daniels being friends with Brandon Aiyuk.
Or because Brandon Aiyuk said this shit on video.
Yes, and we saw a video of him watching, FaceTiming with Jaden Daniels, looking at some game film, whatever. Either way.
In his mouth, I want to go. I could be like here, I could be on Pittsburgh or Washington. That's what.
Yeah, he said I could be here, I could be there, I could be anywhere you want to be. All right, next up, Austin Eckler giving some advice. He was on CBS Sports, to Jaden Daniels. Let's take a look at this is the veteran presence that I'm talking about. When we talked about what have we learned about, my comment was the veteran presence here on this team is a little bit different, and how you got these veterans trying to mentor people, even running back mentoring a quarterback. So Austin Eckler, I'm just becoming more and more a fan of Austin Eckler as the days.
That dude is workout Jesus,
right? And he's jacked. Listen up.
I know he's in the non-contact jersey out here. Jaden Daniels, your
quarterback.
In college, and we were just talking with Dan. He toe to the rock, and he took some hits sometimes. Have you given him some pointers on how to carry the football in the NFL?
Look, what we say, our philosophy is like, hey, let the runners run, let the throwers throw. And every once in a while, if you have a gap, get your ass down, get down.
See, voice of reason. It ain't about being running. We need you.
Get down, right, if you can, because you're not built, like we are to go and take hits. It's a little different. It's a lot different than college. The speed of the game, the size, the strength. Are you getting all of the studs from college that are now here and been playing for a long time? And so it's one of those things where I think it's going to take time to kind of learn, just because him as a football player, he has the way he plays, and he's going to have to adjust just like everyone goes through an adjustment coming to the NFL.
Jaden came out during his press conference yesterday. He did make a statement, not concerning, but he also said, listen, I'm a competitor. I'm always going to try to get that extra yard because that's how I am as a player. And so I think Eckler's comments with Jaden Daniels' comments is going to be a good contrast to see where's the balance. I feel like Jaden's smart enough to know, and this is his
whole highlight tape of him not being smart.
I'm with you. This is the NFL, though. But Jaden,
classic.
I thought it was funny.
Jaden also said, "Live to play another play." He did say that in this speech because I understand I have to live to play another play. So let's listen to the rest of this here real quick.
Have you seen him as a quarterback out here? Some live bullets flying, but so far, what have you seen from the rookie?
Yeah, man, he's been picking up the offense. He's been showing some leadership skills, talking to individuals. I know he talks to me after certain routes about, hey, what did you see here? Or hey, I'm gonna keep coming to you with that. I'd love to hear those types of comments from him. As a rookie, it takes a while for any rookie to really get their feet kind of underneath them.
Yeah,
and feel comfortable.
Eckler, you get it.
Been taking steps steps towards that. He's been running a lot with the first group out here, making great throws, and continuing to push forward through some things that he'll learn through. And so I'm excited for him and excited for our club.
And so a couple things from that, clearly the obvious advice, be safe, rookie, but he's been running with the ones. And Dan Quinn has not proclaimed him as QB1, which is the right thing to do, I believe. I hope it's not affecting the reps.
Don't tell our fan base that. They're trying to make this into a controversy.
Right. Marcus Mariota, Mr. Goose Egg himself. But he's not declaring Jaden. And Jaden's going to play in the first preseason game.
Good.
Yeah, we'll talk about this Thursday. But Phil, since you might not be with us real quick, how much playing time do you think Jaden Daniels should get come Saturday?
2 drives.
2 drives. I'm with you. Give him 2 series. Two series.
I don't know.
That's all I need.
Playing with the starters or is he playing with the backups?
We don't know.
Right. That would depend on it for me. I wouldn't want him out there for 2 or 3 series with backups.
I mean, playing time's playing time.
Yeah, I'm just saying I would hope that if they were to start Mariota, that means you got
to play Terry, you got to play Jahan, you got to play everybody.
Yeah, that's why you might as well play with the start.
This team was 4-13 last year. Ain't nobody can sit there and say I don't need to play.
Nobody's safe, man. Nobody's safe. I don't know. Either way, man. Either way. Hey, another funny little thing after the Austin Eckler stuff. If you saw the tweet, if you follow ML Football, which is a little weird account, kind of like those aggregators will aggregate. It's kind of a troll account, kind of like JPA Football. Those guys that just take other people's shit, repost them, and all that stuff. Very, very funny. If you know the Key and Peele skit where they do the East-West game, where they call out all these crazy, these crazy names, Hingle McCrinkleberry and all these things. There's a guy named Gregorius Spivey who's signing with the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, I will tell you that because this account, who has a lot of influence, post this tweet, that people just took it and ran with it without doing their homework like they should have done, because it's funny. Gregorius Spivey, okay? And so, lo and behold, there is a Gregorius Spivey who's signing with the Chiefs, as you can see over here to the right. But Gregorius Spivey is his real name. The thing for the Key and Peele skit, it's fake. But people took it and ran with it. Someone did a fake thing and thought, oh my God, his name is the real name from that Key and Peele skit. And people just took off with it, man, on social media. Oh my God, this guy really is named Gregorius Spivey. And anyways.
Fake news.
Fake news. Funny little thing. I thought I'd, just share that just because it's stupid and silly. I mean, at first I was like, oh my gosh.
Lamestream media.
Okay. Next thing.
All right. Inside baseball, you guys. So me and Steve were arguing politics in our group chat.
Which we never do.
It just happened. But it's funny because we both kind of have, it's funny because we disagree, but we agree at the same time. But it was funny because I just thought of that while I started throwing out like the boomer right wing joke, like lamestream media.
Yeah. Fake news network.
Fake news.
Let's give it up. So the Olympics are going on. We are winning in the medal count. We don't have the most gold medals, at least last time I checked. I will check right now, but just give a shout out. China only their whole thing is they find where they can get golds, and that's all they go for. Okay. No, we are tied. We have 21 and they have 21 in the gold medal race. Look at that.
Holy crap.
Holy shiznits. Before I share one of these things with you, I want to share this thing with you. Look at that medal count there. Pretty dope. That's not how it was earlier.
Playing in the background, bro.
Yeah, look at that. 79 total for us, 21, because this morning it was 19 gold. So we must have got 2 more gold medals. So the information I'm about to present you guys about the DMV athletes is dope. So the DC, Maryland, Virginia athletes, check this out, man. I figured this was worthy of a show. Noah Lyles, Alexandria, Virginia, 100 meters, gold medal. Katie Ledecky, Montgomery County, Bethesda, Maryland.
Swimmer.
2 gold medals, 1 silver, 1 bronze. Kevin Durant
dominates.
Men's basketball. No, don't need to say anything about Kevin Durant. Torrey Husky from Arlington, Virginia. 3 gold medals in swimming, 2 silvers. And there's probably more that we didn't count today.
Not forget.
I'll let and I get
Not
outshined by
forget
one dude
Michael
technically,
Phelps. Michael Phelps is a Baltimore native.
That's right. He is.
The Maryland, the DMV, the Mid-Atlantic dominates swimming. 2 sports that dominate in swimming and lacrosse. Basketball, too, to an extent, because you got guys like Durant and other basketball players that have all come out of there. But when it comes to Olympic sports, swimming, our region dominates.
Yeah.
Some of the greatest swimmers of all time. Katie Ledecky's up there. Torrey Husky's one of them. Michael Phelps. All come from the same region.
That's right. They produce. Don't forget also Quincy Wilson from Gaithersburg, Maryland. 16 years old. 16 years old on the men's 4x400. Either way, it's just some ballers, man. Deluxe Tucket. How about the account that posted Terry backflip fail that wasn't Terry? Yeah, there was a guy, I think he's from Arizona State, wearing the same colors as the Commanders. Big old mane full of locks, does a backflip and fails. Everyone's like, oh, this is Terry McLaurin. Some Cowboys account posted it. Yeah, kind of stupid, but either way, they did it. People fell for
their
it.
giveaway was a dreadlocks.
I know, right? But,
Stupid
of course, people aren't going to share that. There's a boxer from Olympics and from Oxon Hill. Oh, I did not know that. That's one that I missed. I apologize. I got to go look that up.
Hey, did y'all see that PMT Bowl run that 47-second 400 leg, man?
One of the greatest pound-for-pound boxers comes from Palmer Park, Maryland.
Y'all ain't got no boxers in fucking Baltimore, bro.
Sugar Ray Leonard.
That ain't shit.
You didn't say Sugar Ray Leonard ain't shit.
That ain't shit. We got Ali. Beat that.
I did see our 3-on-3 basketball team. They were up. They were up by 1 game, and they were beating Spain because it was first 1-2. They were up by 1 the first game. They were up by like 5 points to get Spain to win, and they let Spain come back, and they ended up getting the bronze. It was Haley Van Lith. Cameron Brink got hurt, so she didn't play in 2.
Haley Van Lith, Louisville too.
She's great, but how did we lose? We lost to Spain. We got the bronze. We got the bronze, man. I don't know. It's just frustrating.
The women.
Why
for us to get a 3-on-3 redeem team going.
Why didn't we send Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese to be in 3-on-3? Seriously, like.
Nah, I think there's this rules in the 3-on-3 league. The FIBA has there that no professionals can come. Like that's why there's no NBA players in the men's. They didn't even make the fucking thing, man. Like,
is that why all of our 3-on-3 guys are all like 35 years old?
Yeah, I think they use professional basketball players in that. So they was taking college kids.
Yeah,
or has-beens or some shit. Hell, they could have went that. They could have got.
FIBA's wet dream is we win no Olympic medals in basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they really don't want us to be successful because we dominated for so long.
I don't know. I feel like
that's why
they could have got like Gilbert Arenas.
Reason why 3-on-3 basketball is an Olympic sport.
They should
have. They knew it was a way that they could get some other country besides us to win some basketball gold.
They could have got Gilbert Arenas or somebody like that to play in that motherfucker. Like he would have did it. Like why could you get some of those big 3 guys from the Ice Cube League on that motherfucker, man?
Yeah,
it's just a weird.
The people Dev was just talking about, and shout out to Ryan Elias for just texting this to me. I knew about it, but I didn't have it queued up, but we might as well talk about it.
Man, she's dope, dog. One on the left is Femke.
Oh my God, it's Mickey Mouse.
Yes, Mickey Mouse.
Her voice is the worst.
Putting your mind to it, you know exactly what to do indoors.
The one on the right is bad, dog.
Oh, it was amazing. I mean, it was such a strong race. Running so fast, multiple running in the 50s, so I knew I had to go out fast. I'd look in front of me, so I wanted to be in front, and I could hear how quick she was behind me, so I was like, okay, this is good. Now we keep going, and this crowd is so amazing.
Congrats to her. It almost sounds
4-on-1 where she was blowing them dudes out, and she fell. I think that's why it was the last Olympics, but this one, man, she ran a 47-second leg in the 400.
Wow!
Do you have that queued up where she ran that shit?
I got it up.
Dev said he could run that if you give him a month to train.
48 in high school and 48 in college is the best I ever did, bro. And that was one time. I ran that one time and threw up 3 times all over myself, man. She ran that faster than I could ever imagine. I can hit some of them women times in 201. I can't hit none of them. I can't hit that 400 time in my best days ever. There's no way.
I just like giving Dev shit.
Yeah, you got Anthony Armstrong busting my ass. Oh.
I know.
When I can get double A to talk shit on Dev, it's been a good day for me.
I know. Ant said he would run the 453 seconds. I was like, holy shit. I'd be lucky if I get like a minute 20.
Man, I
minute
got
30.
I got to run at 48.
My 400 on a sundial.
I ran in a 48 at Vanderbilt at a track meet one time. And it was the first time and last time I ran that in college ever. If we needed points. He said run. I didn't know how to run it. I just ran as fast as I could, man, which is the fucking worst thing you can do. And I won my heat. I didn't win the match, but I won my heat.
Yeah.
And man, I was like, I told Coach, man, if you ever make me run another 400, I will quit.
You never make sounds like running up after the stairs.
Dude, that's a grown man event, bro. You got to pull it up.
Jimmy said, could you imagine what she sounds like in bed? Ooh.
I have tried to imagine it. No, I do that. The one
Ryan said, Jimmy, I was typing the same thing. You cut from the same cloth.
The one on the right was bad, bro.
What?
I'm just letting y'all know.
All right, got to ask. What's positive? Anyone got anything good to share? I have a video, but I don't know if it's
should say 47 seconds on it.
Huh?
Should say 47 seconds real big on it. I'll see other today on YouTube. FMK Bowl. FEMKEBOL.
Is someone falling or her winning?
No, her winning. So when she fell was hilarious. That was like last Olympics.
Oh. Yeah. Yep, I got it right here. Her winning.
She's smoking them chicks, man.
That kick in.
I happened to just catch that. We were out eating brunch or some shit, man.
Here we go.
Mixed 4x4. Could she do something spectacular at the end here?
You have no chance of beating her before. You knew that before.
Look how far back she is. She's right here.
It's a good lead
right there.
at the moment.
Man,
Nicole
Yeager
trying to close.
Look at that.
For ball down the final 50.
Down.
Here she goes, right there. Right there. That's it.
Way back when in 2001
right there.
and 2000.
It's funny that you could actually see when she started that
kick. Start trying.
Yeah.
2015. And they're about to do it again here.
And
hold up. She started that on the last corner.
Yeah.
Look at the distance right there.
She knew she was going to win the whole time, bro.
Close down on Nicole Yeager.
She knew she was going to win the whole time, bro.
Is she going to take it on the line? Oh, yes.
You knew. You ran out of gas, bro. Like, that's what a 400 do to you. Run out of gas. She probably thought she was going to win, too.
I never ran track, but how hard is it to run your fullest and just see someone just fly right by you and you're giving it all you got?
And there ain't shit you can do. That happening to me, bro.
And shit you can do.
Walk me down in a 200.
Oh,
I can hear the spikes behind you. This is going faster than mine.
That's funny.
Hey, man, 400 is a grown people event. That's the manliest sprint ever, dog. Like you never run a quarter of a mile full sprint, bro. That's a rough. You can't have never smoked weed to do that.
Yeah, and you got to learn pacing and you know when to not kick it up a notch, and it's tough, man. That's respect
and integrity. You got to do 2 damn corners.
That's right. All right. Anyone got any good news to share in their lives in the chat? It's about 100 people in here. Share something good with us, man. Let us know before you hang out. Phil's going to a con this weekend. Is that what you said earlier?
I worked this past weekend too.
Where you going?
So I was down in Roanoke at Big Lick Con, which was tons of fun. My buddy got so fun little story. My buddy's an artist, right? And we sell his art at these cons. By the way, Plugged Out Designs on Instagram. You should give it a follow. Steve checked him out.
Good stuff.
On my recommendation, he thought it was some great shit in there. If you like comic book art and so forth, you can buy prints from him. He can do custom stuff for you. There, free plug. But anyway, shout out to my friend John. But so he did a Yondu piece of Michael Rooker, right, from Guardians of the Galaxy, and he got an opportunity to show it to Michael Rooker. Now, Michael Rooker does not do selfies at these cons. He's one of those artists. There's very few celebrities that are like that. He won't. It's here. You get an autograph, you can do that. You can get a professional photo op, which you got to pay extra for. But Michael Rooker saw this piece.
He liked it.
Liked it so much, he's like, I want to take a picture with you with this piece.
Dang.
Michael Rooker doesn't do selfies with anybody. He will do it with artists, though. And I need to see if I can actually pull up that piece so you can see it, because it's really cool. Hold on 1 second.
That's good stuff, man. Yondu, old Blueface Yondu, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, there it is. Hold on, because this is really cool that he got this. Let me see if he. Oh no, he only posted it as a. So I got the Yondu piece. He does have the picture in his story, but I'll pull up the actual Yondu piece for y'all here. You see if I share the screen. I'm an idiot. This is why I'm not a producer, y'all. This is why I'm not a producer.
All good, man. We're in
there
the
you
line
go,
now.
right there.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
That is pretty good.
And he actually got and Michael Rooker autographed a copy of that for him.
Oh, nice.
And he also left a copy for Michael Rooker to take home. But yeah, he did that Yondu, and oh man, I wish he had the. There it is, right there.
Oh wow, he's grayed out, man.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Steve, you need to watch the Super. It's got Rainn Wilson and him and Yondu in there in it, man. It's hilarious. Kevin
Yeah.
Bacon too, by the way.
Put it down here
Yeah.
in chat. IG. Look out designs.
I like it.
Check it out. He's
Look out designs.
he's the dude. I mean, he's a graphic designer. By his education, fantastic artist. He has a very unique style, but he has multiple styles. He'll do like more stylized, artistic ones. He'll do more like cartoony type stuff too. So y'all gotta go give him a follow. He posts all of his art there. He'll sell it to you if you want to do a custom piece of anything for you. He's done bits. People have had like their dogs passed away. They want a drawing of their dog to put up on the wall, and he's done that for people too. So stuff like that. So I can't push it enough. This is my best friend, so I gotta pick him out.
Good stuff, man. Ryan says 37 tomorrow. Grateful for another year.
Happy born day to you a day
Happy
early.
born day.
Congratulations, it's a celebration. Party all day, I know
Yeah, 37, man. That's what's up. Happy birthday, Ryan. Happy early birthday, Ryan. Hope you have a good one. I know you're just coming off of vacay, so hope you have a good one, man. Everyone else. Well, if you haven't had any good news or good blessings, let's hope that fortune changes, and we always share each other, man, lift each other up as we close out these episodes. We'll be back Thursday night to preview the Jets going into that preseason game on Saturday. So that's probably the focus of our Thursday night live stream. And then Monday, we'll do the post-game recap, talk about everything that happened in the preseason game. And we will be giving away on Monday a signed Gus Frerotte card. I don't know what brand it is. Phil will probably have to tell us. But it is a signed
I got it right here.
Gus Frerotte card on Monday. So make sure you stay tuned.
1995 Pinnacle Zenith Edition.
Pinnacle.
Yes.
Pinnacle.
Pinnacle.
Is it like a hologrammy?
I got a regular Gus Frerotte, and I have the Gus Frerotte rookie.
Is it hologrammy? Is it shiny and shit?
Phil, show them the card we're going to give away on Monday.
Sure. So this is the actual rookie card right here.
Signed by Gus Frerotte, taken off of his desk.
Went from his desk to the guy who gave this to me.
Yes. So we're going to try.
The guy who gave this to me knows Gus.
We're going to try to start doing giveaways twice a month.
By the way, Gus Frerotte is apparently also a massive card collector. And that's how this guy who's a deal, he has his own card shop. That's how he knows Gus, is because Gus is buying stuff from him all the time.
There we go.
My buddy Kurt who is infrequently in these chats. He's a fan of our pod. He's always doing. He says, "I'm always in these auctions with Gus Frott, and of course, he's got money."
Yeah,
it's like outbids me.
There you go. All right, we're going to close it down here. Thank you for everyone tuning in. Please hit that like and subscribe button for YouTube. We only got 8 likes, but I know we got a lot more people in here watching. So please help us out. Give us a shout out. Help that algorithm jump up on YouTube. Thank you so much to everyone who joined us today. All the regulars, we love you. Every time, you guys are what makes this live stream go. Not just hearing ourselves talk, but getting your feedback and interacting with you guys. It always makes everything so much better. So thank you so much. This podcast will be out on all of your audio podcast platforms tonight. So if you want to catch the replay on Spotify, Apple, Google's done with podcasts, but iHeartRadio, Odyssey, this podcast will be published on there in about 45 minutes if you want to check it out tomorrow. So thank you very much for tuning in. We love each and every one of you guys. We'll see you guys Thursday evening, and we'll do a little preview of the upcoming preseason game versus Jets. All right. As always, we love y'all. Peace and hail. We out.